2025 U-21 Girls Nexus Championships with USA Field Hockey, presented by Osaka Hockey on this gorgeous Sunday in the month of July. Matthew Hatfield here with you as we have our gold medal matchup featuring the likes of Atlanta and Amsterdam. Atlanta wearing the white uniforms with a record of 1-1-1 coming into this matchup. Amsterdam wearing the red jerseys with a mark of 3-0 overall. And we've got all the coverage for you here through USA Field Hockey and Cova Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button, the share button, and most importantly, subscribe button, because when you do that on our YouTube channel, you will get notified when we go live. You can always go back and watch any of the age divisions we've had so far here at the Nexus Championships. Just been a splendid week all week long, and big thanks to the entire team and folks at USA Field Hockey for making it possible. U14 championship won by Athens, the U16 crown delivered by Paris, U18 Vancouver winning that, and we'll see who will win this championship today. Matt Hatfield again here with you. Our entire team, from Kayla Hodge, our producer, engineer, Jack Lowe, and Shannon on camera, Nick Senti, and the crew here as we give this matchup. Again, in the red unis, it is Amsterdam, and the white jerseys, it is Atlanta, and we'll give you the roster rundown for these two teams, beginning with Atlanta. They're in the white that we mentioned, coached by Mike Pallister, and Coach Pallister's crew has a number of standoups on it. In numerical order, we'll tell you about them. Number 46, Mae Dixon out of Virginia Beach, who, ironically enough, is committed to UConn, star with WC Eagles. 47, Sela Provenzano from Houston, Texas. 27 goals, 11 assists last season at Episcopal in Texas. She from the class of 2026, like Dixon. From the class of 2025, Ella Ou from Houston, Texas, who's now on Yale's roster. 49, Elsa Wood from Manchester by the Sea, Massachusetts, committed to the Patriot League champions Lafayette. Ariana Ludwig is number 50 as we get ready for our first corner of the game. Ludwig is from La Chola Country Day, scored 18 goals as a sophomore there. We have our first corner, so we will pause right there with Ludwig and tell you more about these players. And you see the entire rosters right there visually. Thanks there to Kayla for getting that set up for you as you see all the names there, and we'll tell you more about them in a moment. But our first corner is going to be for Atlanta, and we'll see what they can do with this opportunity. You see in the middle of your screen, keep an eye on number 57, Catherine Jakovic. And trying to get that one to go through, but it goes wide of the net and out of play right there by the Grow the Game signage with USA Field Hockey. So we left off with Ludwig, number 50. Number 51 is Addison Ford, a midfielder and forward from Pennsylvania, class of 2025 out of Malvern, PA. Went to the Baldwin School, WC Eagles, and is committed to Lafayette. Molly Nussbaumer from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, is number 52, a 2026 midfielder. 53 is Emma Mueller from Barrington, Rhode Island, who's on Yale's roster. 54, Ella Gandy from Mullica Hill, New Jersey. 55, Maren Boyle from Massachusetts. Boyle from the class of 2026, a midfielder. Number 56, Grace Grabowski from Ann Arbor, Michigan. She is at Michigan State now, class of 2025 forward and midfield talent. Catherine Jakovic, we mentioned, number 57 from Massachusetts. Also, number 58, you have Lauren Iacchio from Mullica Hill, New Jersey, a back. She wears 58. 59 is Beatrice Otson from Illinois, class of 2025. Margot Larry, a back from Missouri, class of 2026. And then your two goalkeepers, one hailing from Virginia, one from the West Coast in San Marcos, California. Number 97 is Alexa Murphy from Richmond, Virginia, out of Trinity Episcopal, who's committed to Old Dominion. And number 98 is Soraya Nelson from San Marcos, California, headed to Keene University, Division III in Union, New Jersey. That rounds out the unit for Atlanta. And we'll give you Amsterdam here in a moment, as we're a little more than 8 minutes to go in this first period on Cova Sports TV. On the far sideline, you see Atlanta trying to create another opportunity inside the attacking third area as they look for Grabowski on that entry. Going to go back over to Amsterdam, and now it gives us a chance to tell you about Amsterdam's team, coached by Shahibaz Mullah And there's the group in numerical order, starting with number 61, Catherine Govan from Massachusetts, a forward for them who had 36 goals in 2021, broke a school record up there in Fall River, Massachusetts, committed to Temple. Villanova commit Allison Whitehead, number 62 from Danbury, Connecticut, 63, Adelaide Manila from North Caldwell, New Jersey, Hannah Bianchino from Hillsborough, New Jersey, wearing 64. Number 65 is none other than Jordan Higgins, a 2026 forward from Massachusetts, and Mansfield, 66, Abby Davidson from Medford, New Jersey, 67 from Manassas, Haley Flick, she is committed to Longwood, starred at Bishop O'Connell up there in the Arlington area. 68 is Aiden Weinman from Dexter, Michigan. 69, Ella McKernan from Falls, Pennsylvania, a midfielder from the class of 2025. From the class of 2026 is midfielder Hannah Gober from New Tripoli, Pennsylvania. 71, Charlotte Nemec from Darien, Connecticut. 72, Jackie O'Donnell from Houston, Texas. Chevy Chase, Maryland's Ireland Donahue's wearing 73. She's a back from the class of 2026. A couple of 2025 names for you. In back, Gabriella Balzano from Pennsylvania wearing 74 out of Pottstown. And Summer Peak Dillon from Sunnyvale, California wearing 75 rather. Balzano 74, Dillon 75. And then your two goalkeepers, 99 and 100. 99 is Ellie Parker from Andover, Massachusetts, who is a Brown University commit, and Catherine Wolf from Pennsylvania, a freshman now at Michigan State. So that rounds out the roster for Amsterdam, as that one just goes right near the foot area in the cage of one number 99 in Ellie Parker, excuse me. Now up ahead here comes Atlanta on the move, making another good job from Amsterdam defensively as they send it up ahead and it goes out of play along the far sideline. 5.5 minutes to go in this first period here. We've got Senior Nexus Championship coverage coming your way later this afternoon. If you want to see all the matchups that are taking place, it's all available through USA Field Hockey and the Turning Machine app, as there's number 67 for Amsterdam on the move, Haley Flick. We just spoke about her moments ago. Unable to get really a clean shot on goal. They had that one that was near the feet of the keeper there about a minute and a half ago. As now Atlanta tries to get back on the other side of the 50. So we ticked under 5 minutes to go in our first period. Amsterdam able to swipe possession on that sequence. And here's our first corner for them. Great job, one-on-one action for Amsterdam. Trying to catch who that number was. We do see 71 who's going to be involved in this corner opportunity. That is Charlotte Nemec. See the wind a little stronger today than it has been in some recent days here at the training center as Amsterdam gets ready for this first corner. And that one goes above and behind the cage, so back over to Atlanta. So an empty opportunity on the corners for each squad. Chance to tell you how each of these teams reached our championship gold medal match. In terms of Amsterdam at 3-0, victorious the whole way through with the 10 goals, 3 allowed. Beat Atlanta 3-1 yesterday. So this is a rematch of a game that was played yesterday morning with 7:30 Eastern start. They also beat Vancouver pretty handily 4-1. Matching the largest margin of victory for any team in this U-21 division so far. It matches the Salt Lake City 5-2 triumph over Los Angeles, and then earlier in the semifinal round, Amsterdam beating St. Louis 3-1. Atlanta got its first victory, edging Salt Lake City 3-2 earlier today. Yesterday had a 3-1 loss to Amsterdam, as we mentioned, and a 2-2 draw with Vancouver. So Amsterdam probably coming in you were to say expecting to win, favorite to win, they'd be that type of team. Although here it is in the gold medal match. You try to rinse the memory and move forward. As in the corner, pinned up there, Atlanta not having much room to operate, as Amsterdam did a good job here applying a little bit of a double. We'll see them on the side in here, try to get it over to number 71 in Charlotte Nemec, now on UVA's roster, with 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Charlotte now trying to use that baseline area. And Atlanta, which has had a fair amount of possession time in this opening frame. Toss it over to number 54 there. That is Gandy. Only hit up ahead. That one just gets out of play, but you see the coaching staff from the sideline there. Coach Mike Pallister urging his group to hurry up with just a little more than 90 seconds to go in this first frame. There's Ariana Ludwig. Feedback over to Gandy. Trying to get in the shooter circle area before it heads out of play by the black signage. Chance to tell you about these black sticks. You can see all the great things with Osaka. They have a tent outside here, us at the Regional Training Center, and OsakaWorld.com for more details, all the different great things they have up there available, all the featured items and things involved with field hockey. Along the baseline area again, here's Atlanta trying to threaten, and that one's just going to get away before it even got towards the keeper. Back comes Amsterdam. Might have been the horn from field two. I took a look at the clock. It was 35 ticks when that horn sounded. And again, there are multiple games going on simultaneously here at the training center. Again, a gorgeous day weather-wise. It has not gotten too humid just yet. It's expected to later on in our day. As the time is about to run out on this first frame. And it'll be a scoreless opening quarter between Atlanta and Amsterdam here in the 2025 U-21 Girls Nexus Championships presented by Osaka Hockey. Second quarter action coming your way from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Stay tuned.
From credentials to luggage tags, even time standards tags for competitive swimmers, Bag Tags creates durable and distinct functional sporting events tags that are not only used as a security measure, but are also treasured keepsakes, marking special moments and milestones in an athlete's competitive career. Bag Tag services some of the most notable sporting events across the country. Fully customizable, totally unique, and made in the USA. Visit bagtagsinc.com today.
Grow the game.
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 Grow the game. Grow the game.
Grow the game.
And we're back here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. It is the U-21 Girls Nexus Championships presented by Osaka Hockey. Scoreless through one period of play between Atlanta and Amsterdam. We thank all of you for tuning in all week long on Cova Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and become one of the more than 3,900 subscribers and growing. Just like they're growing the game with USA Field Hockey, we're growing the stream here in our channel where you can get all kinds of live sporting events through your favorite YouTube platform. As it's the second quarter now with Atlanta in the white uniforms working the far sideline here, trying to navigate up the field. So far, empty penalty corner for each squad in this matchup. Here is Amsterdam as they get possession back. Number 47 there for Atlanta. Stella Provenzano had it for a second there. Provenzano run with Texas pride in addition to her excellence with Episcopal. Here on the side end.
Maybe even higher.
You hear some of the wind coming through the camera there as it's a little bit more tolerable, some of this heat for these athletes competing today. Over to Ella Ooh. Nifty passing right now, but Amsterdam stepping through right there with a great takeaway. We can shout out that young lady. Fortunately, I don't see, and if they are on the front of the jerseys, maybe they're miniature sized. Don't see the numbers on the front to help me. I have to wait for the players to turn on the back side. See who had that intercept for Amsterdam, but now Atlanta's got possession back. So it's a moot point as they look to work back into position to get a shot on goal. And again, Amsterdam halting them on their attack. There's a nifty step through play for Provenzano to get it for her team. And here's Provenzano showing her skills. She goes airborne for that one, and it goes behind the cage. Chance for us to highlight one of our sponsors here at the Training Center, and that is the great folks with CHKD Sports Medicine Program, providing the certified athletic trainers. CHKD is home to the region's only comprehensive sports medicine program for young athletes. For same-day or next-day appointment availability, give them a call at CHKD Sports Medicine, 757-668-PLAY. That's 757-668-PLAY, and they're also on the web at chkd.org, the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters. They do fantastic work, and you can read about some of the stories of hope up there as well. Health, healing, hope for all children. Atlanta trying to get back on the other side of the 50 as Amsterdam showing off some of their speed in the open pitch, which has been a big deal, and them getting this 3-0 record coming into the championship game with 10 goals scored. That's 4 more than Atlanta has put up, also 4 fewer goals allowed. Amsterdam now with possession. Amsterdam on the move here. And Amsterdam is going to celebrate breaking this tie at 0-0 or 0-0 with a goal, as they were able to just scoot one through on the run with just under 9 minutes to go in the first half. We'll see if we can get a name for you that had that goal, as it just was dribbled through there essentially on a couple of hops with 8:10, check that, with 8:30 to go in the second quarter. Amsterdam breaking the scoreless tie as they get on the board. I believe I see what number that is, and if we can just get somehow her to turn, I'll tell you exactly who that is. And then, of course, we can't out of our camera here, but we can tell you who that was. We'll effort in doing that for you here in a moment. We have ticked down to 7:25 in our second period. At first glance, it looks like that was number 55 that scored that goal for Amsterdam. Excuse me, not 55, 65. Jordan Higgins. but we'll double check. That one deflects off one of the Amsterdam players and out of play. So we've hit under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Amsterdam clinging to a 1-0 lead as they had that great transition opportunity pay off with the game's first goal. And along the near sideline now, it's going to be Atlanta putting it into play. Here they come back with Ella Ooh. Grace Grabowski making a feed to the far sideline area. That one's tracked down in the corner. Trying to break through 2 defenders for Amsterdam to get into the shooter circle. And then possession already back over to Amsterdam. So while they didn't get the game's first penalty corner, they got the second, and they didn't score off a corner. Amsterdam has this 1-goal lead as we're now a little more than halfway through our second period. Some contact there on that attack for Atlanta, but Amsterdam regaining possession. As Amsterdam goes back towards its net to try to stretch out the defense and find more room to operate. That one getting by number 48 there for Atlanta and Ella Ooh, but Amsterdam on the move there as you see 65. And I am almost, I don't want to say certain, but I think that was Jordan Higgins that had that goal, as I see, again, her get very much involved with what Amsterdam has done here in this first half. Going to Bryant University, the Bryant U commit. All right, University field hockey, coached by Kelly Joyce now for the upcoming season. Didn't have the best of seasons last year at 5-13, but they seem to be a program that's one of those hidden gems on the rise potentially in the America East. I'm going to open up the season. I see Friday, August 29th against University of New Haven. Couple of pinpoint passes, and look at Amsterdam maintain ball control. Great job on the move there by Higgins and company as they're really starting to penetrate further against this Atlanta defense. They're looking for that second goal to give them some breathing room before the half. Good job to make that feed there over to number 69, Ella McKernan. Atlanta able to get a stop right there as it is once again Ella Grandy making a play along the near sideline. Marin Boyle up ahead. We've got someone leaking out potentially here on the break. Let's see if they can maintain possession. Trying to do a lot herself here on this sequence. Might have been, let's see if we can get a number on that. We lost her in focus for a second there. Here's Gandy again making a feed. That was Ella Wood a moment ago, and Ella Wood's back in the shooter circle area again, and that one's going to take a hop off the right foot area of the keeper, number 99 for Amsterdam, Ellie Parker. We've talked about her a couple of different instances here in this first half, but did a good job to negate a potential game-tying goal with under 3 minutes to go in our first half. And the hit over to Margaret Larry. Atlanta trying to get an opportunity to tie this up before we reach intermission. They're hanging tough against a team that beat them yesterday, but Amsterdam with a lot of skilled players who have really found their groove in this second quarter, and that came with that goal at the 8:30 mark. couple of substitutions for Amsterdam as they look to stay fresh before the half. One of those players taking a seat is Abby Davidson, the forward and midfielder from New Jersey. Marking the far sideline. Another possession turnover here as we've seen a couple of good tackles from Atlanta to get themselves possession back here. And Amsterdam that time off the mark on one of the passes, but their passing has been really one of the key factors in gaining this lead in the first half. We see a substitution now as number 73 runs on for Amsterdam and Ireland Donahue from Maryland. Chevy Chase, be specific, as we're now down to exactly 1 minute to go in the first half. No corners in this quarter. Pretty rare to see that. I don't think we've seen that but just a couple of times here in our gold or bronze medal matches with the Nexus championships this week, the various age divisions. As we talked about earlier, the U14 championship going to Athens, the U16 title won by Paris, the U18 championship claimed by Vancouver. Amsterdam looking to get one more chance to put pressure on Atlanta before we reach intermission. And there's a great long hit up ahead to a teammate, and now into the shooter circle, a chance to get a corner or a shot on goal before ends up going back the other direction. And the final few seconds will tick away, and we have reached halftime here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Amsterdam with a 1-0 lead on Atlanta. They're a half away from getting themselves the gold here in the 2025 U-21 Girls Nexus Championships. It's presented by Osaka Hockey, and after the break, we'll have more action for you. But in the meantime, let's hear from some of the partners and sponsors that make our broadcast possible. Stay tuned.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. What is the solution?
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
Same is lame. Field hockey players have stick. They've got vibe. They've got that tuning fork in their hearts that goes off when a ball thumps the backboard of a goal. Field hockey is for the mold breakers, the convention challengers, the trailblazers, people who think outside the box and come alive inside the circle. Sure, there will always be those who mindlessly take the road more traveled, think the same, do the same, play the same. Field hockey players know that the strength of the pack is the wolf, and that the strength of the wolf is the pack. We know we're different, and we're proud of it. It's how we stand out. It's how we fit in. Like eagles, we soar individually, yet value family and togetherness highly. Join us. We're the minority of millions that get it. There's a stick waiting to be picked up, lifelong friendships to be made, goals to be a part of, victories, defeats, draws, and more. Stories to be told, with you, by you, of you. There's a field hockey team waiting to be called yours. Game on. Dare to differ.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you'll ever see.
And as you can see, me and you are both having trouble starting to talk.
Yep.
I mean, this is something that you're breathing in every day.
Yeah.
Like 50% of the air in the house
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
is coming from down here.
Yes, sir.
How's your crawl space looking? You say we're going to be here a while.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get busy.
Get a free and honest inspection with JES Foundation Repair, a Groundworks company. Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
And we welcome you back to our continuing coverage of the 2025 U-21 Girls Nexus Championships presented by Osaka Hockey. It's a 1-0 lead for Amsterdam on the top of Atlanta. Matt Hatfield here with you, alongside our entire production and camera team of Kayla Hodgson and Shannon Jacklow, Nick Senti. You see the stats on the screen. Amsterdam with double the shots. They have one corner, one save for Atlanta. Otherwise, this thing could very well be 2-0 Amsterdam, which is thinking about that as we get our third quarter underway. 12-minute periods here for the U-21 Nexus Championships. Atlanta coming in at 1-1-1. Their lone loss was against this Amsterdam team yesterday. Meanwhile, Amsterdam at 3-0, coming off a 3-1 triumph over St. Louis in the semifinals, while Atlanta edged Salt Lake City in the semis earlier today. Pretty nice day so far in terms of the comfortability. 85 degrees right now. The heat index just at 94. It's expected to get up to 103 later on in the day as far as the heat index goes. So it'll be a little steamier for the Senior Nexus Championships that get underway later this afternoon. And again, Atlanta in the white jerseys. They're going to be going from left to right here in this third quarter, while Amsterdam's in the red uniforms going from right to left. We have Jordan Higgins with that goal at the 8:30 mark of the second period. From what we saw, we can completely verify that, but that was from our angle of vantage point, as Amsterdam doing a good job here to pass around the ball here. Now they go a little airborne with this side in. And it rolls out of play. While we have a moment, want to also highlight another one of our great sponsors, Bob Aston and the folks at Town Bank. Town Bank, you will find experienced bankers there that are accessible, reachable, available. And then they have your best financial interests at heart, on or off the field. They serve others, enrich lives. Call or visit townbank.com and find your banker member FDIC. They do such a splendid job of supporting all the youth sports across Hampton Roads. Here's our first corner since the first period, and it's going to be one here that gives Atlanta an opportunity to even this up. We'll see number 52 put this into play. That's Molly Nussbaumer. So it's their second of the game. Molly, a North Carolina resident from Cardinal Gibbons, was Player of the Year there. And, of course, going to UNC. That last corner there was a little bit of a, not so much a slow developing chance, but they had a pretty good shot there from straight away. Wasn't as congested or clogged, if you will. Now we watch Amsterdam gain possession right back.
Stay inside, B. Stay inside. Tackle.
On the move there, was able to bring the ball up the field a good amount. Was Adelid Manella. Let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. You can interact with us on our Cova Sports TV chat box on the right-hand panel of your screen if you're watching on your computer, or available at your fingertips on whatever device you're checking out the broadcast. We'll make you a part of the action. You can see your comment right there on the screen. We love interacting with the folks all over the globe. As we see a couple more substitutions now with Amsterdam makes the pass right over to number 70 and Anna Gober. And here comes a corner for them. It's their first of the half with just over 7 minutes to go in the third period. Hannah was a Pennsylvania 1A first-team All-State performer back in 2023. Northwestern Lee High School, and now headed to the Ohio State University. You have to put the V in front of it, otherwise some of the Buckeye fans would get a little testy, a little angry with you. They do have a rich tradition in so many sports, coming off a national championship in college football this past year. Here's the first corner of the half for Amsterdam. And someone lost a stick for Atlanta, but she got it back real quickly. That's number 54. Came flying in, Ella Gandy, able to gather her stick right back. That could have been a real problem for them if they fall behind 2 goals on this, but now a second opportunity on a corner for Amsterdam. We'll see if they go with a similar tactic. Oh, the nice nifty fake. And here comes a third one. Great job there to just fake out the defender. Jumping forward as opposed to passing it. So here comes 3 successive corners. We'll see if the keeper in blue, number 98, Nelson, can step forward. Excellent job there defensively. I want to see if I can shout out that young lady who made that play. Might have been number 58. Lauren Akio. So we can watch on the replay again. Meanwhile, Addison Ford lost possession because Amsterdam is so quick defensively right now, making things difficult. Amsterdam putting it in play now with Ella McKernan. A couple more subs for Atlanta. Beg your pardon, it's actually going to be not McKernan, it's going to be an airborne entry for Gabrielle Balzano for Amsterdam. And now Atlanta grabs possession right back. Takes a couple of hops. Christina Long rooting for Atlanta. Christina hoping for a comeback as they trail this one just 1-0. Amsterdam beat them yesterday in what was a competitive game, but a 3-1 win for Amsterdam. more of a breeze today, which I think is something the players welcome with this heat and humidity in the month of July. That one tracked down by Addison Ford. Getting closer to the sideline, though, as Amsterdam is getting more aggressive, it feels like, defensively when they get there. Atlanta with a little short area pass to Ella Ooh. And she doesn't have it for long, though, as Amsterdam comes right back quickly. And there's a trio of subs ready to come in for each side, looks like. Three and a half minutes to go in this third quarter. So you're watching from the sideline there, Emma Mueller. And that one's sailing out of play. One of the partners with us here on Cova Sports TV is One Life Fitness, One Inspired Life. They're here to help start your new membership today at any one of the 8 convenient locations across Hampton Roads. You can also go online to onelifefitness.com where you're able to claim a free trial pass. One Life Fitness. Amsterdam with a 1-0 lead. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter in this 2025 U-21 Girls Nexus Championships presented by Osaka Hockey. You see some of the coaching there on the side there as May Dixon heads off. Airborne for that entry. Something we talked about just the other day on the broadcast alongside Brent Underwood was just the aerial ability for players in this game, especially on the international level. We'll see if either team goes that way to try to seize momentum in this matchup. As we're under 2 minutes to go in the third here from the side in on the far side of the field, Amsterdam making a defender miss, dodging a couple more as they get into the shooter circle, but Atlanta's able to pick it up with number 58, Lauren Iacchio.
Stop more inside. More inside. Stop. Tuck in now.
Lauren is verbally committed to Rutgers University. Working the far sideline as they head up the field. Here's Amsterdam now. Trying to get another goal to add to its lead. A reminder, we have Senior Nexus Championships action coming your way later this afternoon here on Cova Sports TV, and it's going to be a corner now coming up for Amsterdam. Their fourth of the period, as they had 3 in a row earlier in the quarter, all in a row, and now we'll see. Looks like that's going to be, double check that, tricky angle. Thought that was going to be Gober. I think it's into play, but it doesn't look like her. And that went into traffic. Going to be booted back out, and now a chance for Atlanta off the rebound miss to get the other side of the field, but time's ticking down, and we're now at 000 on the clock, which means as the horn sounds, one more period to go in this 2025 U-21 Girls Nexus Championship presented by Osaka Hockey. It's the gold medal match where Amsterdam leads Atlanta 1-0. We'll come back with more right here on Cova Sports TV.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out
and taking it all in.
Here, Happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
A history of winning started with the 65 Gators losing steam, losing sweat.
We've identified the problem. The point is the solution.
A drink scientifically designed to hydrate better than water, so they could sweat more, win more, and change the game forever.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
That's right. Go see our friend John Maynard at John's Tax Service, a proud community supporter of local youth sports, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. John's Tax Service and JPM, and serving all of Hampton Roads for more than 20 years, thanks to you. 1 quarter to go here in this 2025 U-21 Girls Nexus Championship matchup presented by Osaka Hockey. A 4-3 edge in shots for Amsterdam, which has 5 corners to just 2 for Atlanta. A couple of saves for Atlanta. Otherwise, the deficit would be larger than what it is right now. A 1-0 lead for Amsterdam, which was acquired on a goal a little more than 8 minutes to go in the first half by Jordan Higgins. Higgins, of course, one of the standouts for this Amsterdam team, full of talent, headed to Bryant University. They also have Allison Whitehead going to Villanova, Catherine Galvin going to Temple, Haley Flick, a Longwood pledge, and so many others. Catherine Wolf, one of the keepers, is a freshman at Michigan State now, and Ellie Parker, who's going to Brown University. We mentioned Charlotte Nimick, UVA bound, and Hannah Gober for The Ohio State. As in the white unis, Atlanta trailing it right now by a goal, trying to get something brewing here with possession in the attacking 23 area. Now we watch a long pass really from the top of the circle area towards the baseline that got deflected out. Just over 11 minutes to go in regulation now. Here on that restart, long feed over to Atlanta's Ella Gandy. We've spoken about Gandy throughout our broadcast, as she has been one involved with the ball or making some type of play for her team. And here comes a corner for them as our fourth quarter's underway. It's the third of the game for Atlanta. Amsterdam currently with a total of 5, 4 of which came in that last stanza. As this will be a corner with Mae Dixon trotting out to the far side. You see in the middle there the likes of Molly Nussbaumer, Addison Ford, and Scylla Provenzano. Off the rebound, looked like Dixon, the one that put it into play, tried to get it, and then it got knocked out again. So here comes a second chance for Dixon and company, as Atlanta will look for that equalizing goal. You also have in the middle there number 56, Grace Grabowski. Spoke about her, Michigan State. And off the carom, it's going to go through as the goal is scored to tie things up at 1 apiece with 9:50 to go. We are deadlocked at 1 as the penalty corner goal pays off in a big way.
Possession.
Double check. It looked like that was Emma Mueller who had that goal. Just watching on the replay just to double check and verify. But it did appear to be Mueller. Both she and Grabowski have been very much involved in this one. Beg your pardon, it's actually Lauren Iaccio, who we just spoke about, being committed to Rutgers, who had that goal. So glad to catch that. Mueller's on Yale's roster now, but Lauren scoring that goal to tie things up at 1 for Atlanta, which is trailed for a good portion of this game, but not anymore. This could require a shootout. And if I understood it correctly, I believe it's best of 5 as opposed to best of 3 for the U-21 division for the shootout, the best of 3 for the younger age groups. If we do stay tied at 1-1 or even possibly 2 apiece if both teams were scored in these last 7 minutes of play. Seems unlikely, but anything is possible. And Amsterdam had a little bit of a lapse, and we'll see if they can get back to its roots here, what they want to do with possession, as Jackie O'Donnell had it, the Texas native. Jackie, a Max Field Hockey top 50 performer, who's committed to Stanford, committed last June, in fact. Maureen out there rooting for Amsterdam. Pass to the near sideline where it's Molly Nussbaumer. Well, Atlanta working the far side of the field. You see the clapping it up from the coaching staff of Shabazz Mullah, the head coach for Amsterdam. Off the rebound try, now another chance here for Atlanta with the third corner. They had that goal off the penalty corner. Now here's another chance to suddenly go in front after trailing 1-0, entering our fourth and final stanza. And this will be a different player that puts this into play. It's not Dixon, rather. And here comes another corner. So here comes the sixth of the game. And that one's going to be deflected out of play right behind the net. Another good diving stop from the keeper for Amsterdam. As again, they've used 2 keepers in this game, Catherine Wolf and Ellie Parker. And yet again, threatening, just getting deep into the teeth of the defense. And it's really paying off. Here's 5 now in the period. And the more they operate down on this end of the field with possession, the dire the situation looks for Amsterdam. You say, what do you mean? They just let it 1-0, it's tied. But if you keep getting corners like this, eventually that 1-1 tie is going to turn into a 2-1 deficit if you're Amsterdam. And Atlanta has to love how things have played out in this fourth period. You see Jennifer Ferrara rooting on Jordy out there, Jordy Everly. And another one coming up as they were right there. In position. Tough angle, but they get it to go through with a goal. And Atlanta has broken the tie, just as we spoke about it. The more you keep applying the pressure, the better it's going to work out for you. And again, when the defensive team commits a foul in the attacking area, you get those corners and it allows them to place it on the baseline, pass it to a teammate at the top of the shooting circle for a shot on goal, and they had that one right there near the post, and they were able to just slide it through for the tie-breaking goal. As it literally happened, our angle was not gonna, you would have to be a guy that has unbelievable vision to see who scored that. But with 3:40, or gal, I should say, 3:42 to go, we'll call the score X-ray vision. I ate my carrots as a youngster, but I didn't eat that many carrots. To see who scored that one. 2-1 is the lead for Atlanta. We see a bunch of substitutions moments ago for Atlanta as they try to go to an alignment that will allow them the opportunity to hold on in this game. And now there's an extra sense of urgency for Coach Mike Pallister and his team. Excuse me, for Coach Mike Pallister, the head coach of Atlanta, but for Coach Shabazz Mullah and Amsterdam's team, because they now know, feeling 2-1 here, it's looking a little bleak unless they can get a good, quick shot on goal here. And just as we say that, they get it. And we're tied up again at 2. So Atlanta took a 2-1 lead with 3:42 to go. And all of a sudden, answers back with a goal. Maureen saying, let's go Amsterdam, get that back. They did just that, and with 2:01 to play, they got the goal to knot things up. Dixon up ahead on the pass. And that one sails out of play by the fence area. We're down to the last 70 seconds of play.
Drop down a little bit more. See that? Drop down a little bit more. Who's that DCM? You're 30 yards behind.
Pass to the far side. So 2 goals in a span of 1:41, enabling these two teams to think they have a chance now to get the gold medal. And folks, it does look like, unless Amsterdam has some magic left in these last 15 ticks, that we're headed for a shootout situation. Atlanta gets the possession right back if they poked it away. And that long hit up ahead is going to result in the horn sounding, and we're out of time. It's tied up at 2 apiece. No, it won't be a draw. We're going to a shootout to see who gets the gold medal. Well done, ladies, on both sides. No doubt about it, Maureen. We've got more field hockey action coming your way, including to see who's going to get the gold here. Amsterdam and Atlanta tied up in a good one right here on Cova Sports TV. We'll come back with the shootout right here in the training center.
At Atomic Wings, we prioritize real chicken with fresh, all-natural, never-frozen ingredients, all packed with serious flavor. Order from over 15 awesome flavors at atomicwings.com.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
And we're back here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. The U-21 Girls Nexus Championships presented by Osaka Hockey. Matt Hatfield here with you as it's Amsterdam and Atlanta deadlocked at 2 apiece. It was a 1-0 lead for Amsterdam with 8:30 to go in the second quarter. And then Lauren Iaccio scored a goal with 9:50 to play to put it at 1 apiece for Atlanta, and then 2 goals scored in the last 3:42 of regulation. We'll watch the first opportunity in this shootout come for Atlanta. So you see number 47 turn and score. That's going to be put through for Sella Provenzano as Sella makes it 1-0 here in the shootout for her team. And now for Amsterdam, trying to answer. Oh, nifty crossover move, but maybe overran it a little bit as that one's empty for them. So out comes number 52, Molly Nussbaumer. We spoke about Molly earlier on in our second half. Chapel Hill native, North Carolina country. They're loving that in the Tar Heel State. They're loving it on the sideline for the ladies in white for Atlanta as Molly scores it to make it 2-0 in this extra session. And now I believe that's number 66, Abby Davidson, the forward and midfielder from New Jersey for Amsterdam. They need this badly. Abby turns her back, tries to wiggle past the keeper, does just that. What patience and execution from Abby Davidson as Amsterdam trails at 2-1. Now trotting over is going to be Maren Boyle, the midfielder from Massachusetts, to try to make it 3-1. And you get 5 opportunities for the U-21 division, we were told. And then she just, again, overran it a little bit too much, so that one's going to be empty. It remains 2-1 in favor of Atlanta here in this extra session. Probably should have taken a shot on goal before she kept moving forward towards the near post side. Again, the keepers in these one-on-one opportunities, they're not the easiest. I almost equate it to like linebackers in 7-on-7 football. You're almost at a disadvantage sometimes in these one-on-one setups, especially if you have a good striker out there. And these two teams do have that. Empty again. So now Amsterdam for its latest chance. And it's going to be number 67 for them, Haley Flick. Flick goes left, back right, and has an easy one to tie it up. As the Virginia native out of Manassas scores it. And a 2-2 break here. I think the official gets the thumbs up on the sideline. I believe that we are now even up at 2, and we shall see how this plays out with Amsterdam getting this first op on this sequence. Chance to go in front behind number 69 in Ella McKernan. Who's on the roster for Michigan State. The Spartan, McKernan, Can't get that one to go as Amsterdam comes up empty. Here's a chance for Atlanta to go back in front. It'll be number 49 for them in Elsa Wood. Wick and Davidson have scored so far in this shootout opportunity. Elsa Wood is committed to the Patriot League champions from Lafayette. Oh. And again, the keeper denying her. Excellent job from these keepers in this penalty shootout. And now it's Amsterdam's turn. It's like number 74 now is up with Gabriella Balzano. That horn sounding is going to do a restart. You could hear it. It was a double horn sound that really threw off the sequence, and I actually like that call by the officials. The St. Joseph's commit, unable to score it there as she was stopped. She's been on some successful teams, including WC Eagles in her field hockey odyssey. And now up for Atlanta, it is none other than Mae Dixon, the forward out of Virginia. And a UConn commit, another WC Eagles product. Here's Dixon. Can't get that one to go. As you see the keeper, number 99, Ellie Parker, doing a splendid job to stop her straight on. Amsterdam's turn now with Jackie O'Donnell. The Houston, Texas product and Stanford commit. Keeper goes down but makes a diving stop at it. And a great job again for Atlanta to keep Amsterdam from going in front 3-2. Up now it is Ella Ooh. Ella swerving her way through, but can't get it to go. Now a second shot, and it's going to be wide of the post. Again, the keeper, but they're going to say it was a goal. They are going to say it was a goal. Oh, wait, now they're going to, I think, discuss it. It is a goal, rather. So just like that, Atlanta wins. First thought they were going to wipe it away because it looked like she got stopped and went beyond the baseline, but she did put it through the cage in the upper corner of the post before it did technically get ruled out of play. So Atlanta's going to win it. They're the gold medal winners for the U-21, 3-2 over Amsterdam as they get it done on that shootout opportunity that went to extra ops. And a heck of a battle that was a marathon match in Atlanta, redeeming themselves from the loss yesterday to Amsterdam. I want to thank our entire team here with Cova Sports TV, from Kayla Hodge and Stephen Shannon to Jack Lowe. Matthew Hatfield here saying so long. Don't forget we have some Senior Nexus Championship action presented by Osaka coming your way later this afternoon from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Until then, we say so long, everyone, and talk to you later on here from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
From credentials to luggage tags, even time standards tags for competitive swimmers, Bag Tags creates durable and distinct functional sporting events tags that are not only used as a security measure, but are also treasured keepsakes, marking special moments and milestones in an athlete's competitive career. Bag Tag services some of the most notable sporting events across the country. Fully customizable, totally unique, and made in the USA. Visit bagtagsinc.com today.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here!
We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, no, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in a phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game.
Grow the game!
Grow the game.
Grow the game. Grow the game. Grow the game.
Get ready for the concert event of the summer.
On the road again.
Catch Willie Nelson and family. Bob Dylan. Turnpike Troubadours. And more at the Outlaw Music Festival's 10th anniversary tour, July 29th. Veterans United Home Loans Amphitheater at Virginia Beach. Get access to preferred tickets with your city card. For tickets and more, go to livenation.com and outlawmusicfestival.com.
Same as lame. Field hockey players have stick. They've got vibe. They've got that tuning fork in their hearts that goes off when a ball thumps the backboard of a goal. Field hockey is for the mold breakers, the convention challengers, the trailblazers, people who think outside the box and come alive inside the circle. Sure, there will always be those who mindlessly take the road more traveled, think the same, do the same, play the same. Field hockey players know that the strength of the pack is the wolf, and that the strength of the wolf is the pack. We know we're different, and we're proud of it. It's how we stand out. It's how we fit in. Like eagles, we soar individually, yet value family and togetherness highly. Join us. We're the minority of millions that get it. There's a stick waiting to be picked up, lifelong friendships to be made, goals to be a part of, victories, defeats, draws, and more. Stories to be told, with you, by you, of you. There's a field hockey team waiting to be called yours. Game on. Dare to differ.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Where did you learn what it means to reciprocate? How much can I be expected to tolerate?